Typically, you're gonna have stimulant type drugs that keep you up, get you going, give you stamina. So the most common one's probably methamphetamine or crystal meth. Tina is lingo or language that is often associated within the gay community, but it's crystal methamphetamine. The motivation for using them is increased alertness, awareness, just feeling good. And the way it works neurochemically, it just sort of gets his libido going. So there are lots of different ways that people can use crystal meth. I think the most common methods we would see, particularly in a gay men's context, is smoking. So you're using a glass pipe, putting methamphetamine inside this glass bowl and heating it up. Those crystals form into like a steam or a cloud. Then we would see people injecting. Slamming is another term for that. It gets it right into the bloodstream, and it can be very intense. Your risk of overdose is going to be higher there too, because it can just hit you so quickly. So you got to be very careful with that. You can crush up methamphetamine, make it into a powder, and snort it up your nose. That burns, so that's one drawback of that. It takes time to absorb across the mucosal membranes in the nose, so it's going to be a few minutes before you start feeling it. It doesn't last quite as long in the body, but some people like to do that. Hot railing is one where you might have a line of powder. Rather than snorting it and burning your nose, you actually take a Pyrex glass pipe, heat that really hot, and then use it like a straw to snort that line. But the powder vaporizes into a smoke or a vapor, and you inhale that. That's going to hit you pretty quickly. You could also drink it. You can swallow it in a tablet or just mix it in a drink. That's going to come on slower, but it's going to last a lot longer in the body. And then there's clinical language, suppository, but booty bumping, where you mix some water and meth into a syringe without a needle and squirt that up your bum. It's gonna take a little bit of time to absorb, then it's in the blood system and gets going.
Poppers, amyl nitrates release blood flow, and that means people get erections. It also causes your smooth muscles to relax, which makes it easier for anal sex. It means people who are doing fisting, things like this, they may also find that relaxes them in a way that makes it easier. GHB is a relaxant. It's like alcohol. It also tends to, people describe it, makes them feel more horny, right? So you're more aroused.
In terms of neurotoxicity and effects in the body, it's actually one of the safest because it breaks down into carbon dioxide and water. It's something that actually naturally occurs in our bodies already. Most often you're gonna get a viscous fluid, and then you would typically shoot a bit or mix it in with some juice. It will slow your breathing, it'll slow your heart rate, and that's where the danger of that drug lies. Your breathing may slow to the point that your heart stops. So you have to be very careful measuring your doses.
Ketamine is formally an anesthetic, although at low doses, like when people just snort a little bit, it has a little bit of a stimulating effect. It's an interesting anesthetic in that it doesn't suppress your breathing rate. For sex, I think people like it because there's a bit of a floaty out-of-body experience. It can, again, give people kind of an intense sexual experience. It's a bit different.
Those stimulant drugs often make it harder to get erections, so you might be throwing in erectile drugs like Viagra or Cialis. Those would be the primary drugs, but everyone's unique and different, so people are going to combine different things, but it's really crystal meth, G, the primary ones, erection drugs, poppers.